Here we go.
Not the Status Report with Josh Nankerville and Cornelius Fichtner.
Hello, everyone. A week has gone by, and Josh Nankerville and myself, Cornelius Fichtner, are back with another weekly recommendation of the things you should go check out in regards to project management on the internet. Hello, Josh, and what's your recommendation this week?
Hey, Cornelius. My recommendation for this week comes from the Project Shrink bar, and he had a post just recently here called Project Epiphanies, the one I add this year. And this is something he's had running on his blog for the last few years, where he looks back at the year and says, what's the big epiphany that I had for the year. So his epiphany for this year is social media skills improve communication. And he starts off by really just talking about how when you meet people online via social media tools, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, and then you see them in real life at a conference or just wherever, then you've already got something that you know about each other, and the icebreaker is pretty much already happened. So it's a lot easier to get to know people, which I completely agree with. So I really liked this one because of that. And I've seen this personally myself, just locally here. I met someone through Twitter that's a local internet marketing type of guy. And so I kind of got plugged into a local network here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And on January 5th, there's a LinkedIn group that's going to do a meetup called South Dakota Geeks. And so I'm really excited about that.
Wouldn't you much better go to the South Dakota Project Managers?
Well, that's pretty much the local PMI chapter, and I'm already a member of that. So I already go to that. This is a geek thing, so this is like a lot of IT guys, developers, some project managers, and that kind of thing. But I've got a development background too, so I'm always interested. They're actually going to be talking about developing applications for Android, which should be really interesting.
Ooh, yeah, so it's the up and coming, isn't it?
Yep, definitely. And then the other thing I want to talk about, kind of based off of this, is he's really looking back at the year, at what his epiphany was, and I want to do a New Year's resolution. So my New Year's resolution is that in 2010, my goal is to help through PM Student and other places, writing, whatever, help twice as many people as I did in 2009.
Nice. So doubling the people whom you help.
Right, exactly.
That's a very good New Year's resolution.
Yeah. What about you? Do you have one?
I actually have a very good record in regards to my New Year's resolutions because for the last 20 years I've had the same New Year's resolution every single year, and it's quite a simple one. I will not have any New Year's resolutions, and really for the last 20 years I have followed up on that, and it's amazing what it does. The reason why I don't do any is I just realized that you don't need the New Year's Day to make a resolution. I can make a resolution and an improvement any time throughout the year and don't have to wait until December 31st to make one. So to me, this is just, my way of being different, so to speak, and not have a New Year's resolution. I'll probably, improve find something to do, say, on February 18th and figure out what I want to do in 2010 then. But it doesn't have to be January 1st or December 31st, rather. Yeah.
I can respect that. I'm a contrarian too, so it's all right.
Yes, the Society of Contrarians. Well,
so what have you got?
This week, I wanted to talk about penguins and project management. And yes, I decided to do that next week instead because I got an email from, Paul Dow. And he says, love the show. Here's an interesting article from the Tech Republic relating to IT project failure. So I clicked on that article and it takes you to a video called The 6 Categories of Failed IT Projects. And the guy in the video, his name is Jason Heiner. And then there is a link again, and that link takes you to an article, 6 Types of Project Failures, written by Michael Krigsman. And in that article is another link which takes you to, finally, the article that I want to talk about. And that is 7 fundamentals of IT project success. Now, here is something contrarian, right? Everyone always talks about why projects fail. But this article here in particular talks about why projects succeed. Very interesting. It's quite in-depth. It goes over various pages. And the first one here is you need to have a business case. You need to have stakeholder and user engagement as number 2. Then we talk about executive sponsorship. It's pretty much what you had expected to find in an article like this, but it's just from another angle. It's from a positive angle. Finally, what makes projects succeed and not what are you doing wrong and why are your projects failing? So there you go, 2 contrarian things. I do not have a New Year's resolution, and I do not point you to the why projects fail article. I point you to the how to make projects succeed article this week. Yeah.
Well, Michael's blog is IT project failures, so maybe he was just being contrarian to his own.
It could
decided to talk about success for a little while.
Could be. Well, that's it from me this week. Goodbye, Josh.
Goodbye, Cornelius.
Goodbye, Elizabeth.
See you next week. You've been listening to Josh and Cornelius, 5 minutes of project management magic.